Welcome back to Schaefer Park here in Canyon, Texas, as we get ready to start Game 2 of this Lone Star Conference Series matchup between the Oklahoma Christian Eagles and the West Texas A&M Lady Buffs. Coming into Game 2, the Eagles took Game 1 by a final score of 6-2. Highlighting the Eagles' play was Jill Dixon, who pitched for the Eagles 7 complete innings, giving up 5 hits, only allowing 2 runs, and she gets the win for the Eagles. And leading off to start Game 2 for the Eagles is going to be Brooklyn Bain. Coming in to start the game. We got Kyra Lair on the mound for the Lady Buffs. And Brooklyn Bain's going to be followed by Kristen Whitehouse in the 2-hole. Then it's going to be Aaliyah Brown, followed by Boo Robinson in the 5-hole playing first base. Then we're going to have Kylie Jansen in right field. Chloe Woodward hitting in the 7th hole, playing second. Center fielder Tristan Hamilton batting 8th. And left fielder closing out the lineup batting 9th, Hannah Pate. And Bain's going to ground this one back to Lair on the mound, over to first in time, and there's out number 1. As Lair starts her day in the circle for the Lady Buffs. 1 up, 1 down. Defensively for the Lady Buffs, the battery, Kyra Lair on the mound, Braylon Booth behind the plate, Diana Murtha at third, Madison Johnson at short, Gabby McConnell at second, Megan Gerke at first, Julie Guzman in right field, Ruby Salzman in center field, and Brittany Rufus in left field. Kristen Whitehouse up to bat now for the Eagles as she takes strike 1. Whitehouse went 1 for 4 the last game. As the junior takes a ball upstairs. 1-1 the count. Now to Whitehouse. More Oklahoma native, transferring in from Central Arkansas. 2-1 count. And that one's going to be smacked past the third baseman, Diana Murtha. And Whitehouse going to cruise on into second base with a double. And that's going to kick things off for the Eagles. Here in the top of the first, with the 1-out double by Kristen Whitehouse. As we get a good look at this replay, good shot by our Thunder Vision crew. As Whitehouse rips this one past Diana Murtha. She made a great effort down at third base, but not enough. Keep the ball in the infield. Whitehouse cruises into second. That's going to bring up the catcher, Whitney Waldy. And she grounds this one back to Lair, who gives Whitehouse a look, and she's got her in a rundown. And Murtha drops the ball, and Whitehouse is going to slide into third safe. And Waldy's going to move up to second. As Murtha cannot hang on to the ball. And that's going to bring up Aaliyah Brown with runners on second and third. As Whitehouse got caught in a little rundown there. Then Lair chased after her, unable to get the out as she tossed it over to Murtha. But nonetheless, Aaliyah Brown looking to do some damage for the Eagles here in the first inning. As we saw last game, the Eagles jumped out to an early lead, scoring 4 runs in the top of the first. As the senior Kyra Lair finds herself some early trouble in the top of the first. Aaliyah Brown coming into the game as the team leader in RBIs. 2 for 3 last game. A set of walks. The DP for today's game. And Lair gets that one in there for a strike. 1-1 count now to Brown. Lair coming into the game with a 1.51 ERA with a 6-1 win-loss record. One of those wins being perfect game as she hits Aaliyah Brown there. And that one's going to sting as Brown wears that one in the ankle. Seems to be okay. She trots on to first base. Lair's going to load the bases with that hit by pitch. But Kyra Lair with a 6-1 record, one of those wins being a perfect game that she tossed here at home a couple weeks back. And along with that perfect game, she set the new school record in career in strikeouts in a single game. 18 total strikeouts in a game, as well as a perfect game. It's an unbelievable feat to do just one of those things, but to do two of them in the same game has got to be a memorable moment for Kyra Lair for sure. But fast forward to today, Robinson steps into the box for the Eagles, and Kyra Lair finds herself in some trouble early on. Good stop there by Booth behind the plate to keep Whitehouse on third and everyone where they're supposed to be. 1-1 count now to Robinson. That one's taken for a strike. 1-2 count now. They're looking to find a way to get out of this jam early on. As we saw last game, when the Eagles jumped out to an early lead, the Lady Buffs were silent for the whole game, as they really put a dagger to them in the first inning, as the Eagles look to do some damage here, hoping to start off early for them against a good swinging and defensive Lady Buff team. Lair tosses that one upstairs, ball 2. Two and 2 count to Robinson. And that was going to be grounded. Gerke on to Booth at home in time for the out. And that's going to stop the Eagles from taking an early lead here. Robinson's going to reach first, but nonetheless, Gerke with a good play to throw out Whitehouse at home plate with the force out. So we get a good look here. See a good stop by Gerke. And then good awareness to know she had enough time to get the out at home. Able to stop a run. Score remains scoreless so far. Still bases loaded. 2 outs now. Kylie Jansen at the plate. Left-handed hitting junior, playing right field today. One's taken upstairs, ball 1. Jansen, the left-hander, coming into today's game. 250 on the year. 60 at-bats total, 1 home run, 14 RBIs. The junior stares Lair. Takes that one in there. 1-2 count. Big pitch coming up here by Lair, as she looks to get out of this one. No runs on that board. 1-2 pitch. Good stop by Booth. Great job by both catchers so far today, as we saw in the first game. Braylon Booth, Lauren Granger, both for the Lady Buffs, doing a great job back there. And for the Eagles, Whitney Waldy doing a great job as well. Using that catcher's gear to keep the ball in front, doing their job, helping their pitchers out. And that's the life of a catcher. 2-2 pitch on the way to Jansen. Taken upstairs, full count now. Lair with 11 walks, 16 walks on the season, 16 walks and 46 innings on the year. As Booth is going to call time, take a mound visit here. Kyra Lair, 46 innings pitched on the year. She's given up 24 hits. She's allowed 10 runs, 16 walks. And she has struck out 57 in that time frame. Which 18 of those coming from one game, as I've stated before. But so far for Lair here, no strikeouts. She's got the bases loaded, and she's got a full count to Kylie Jansen. And that one is taken just, looked to be just a bit outside, as Kyra Lair issues her first walk of the day, and that's going to bring home Whitney Waldy to score the first run of the game for the Eagles. And that'll give them an early 1-0 lead here. Bases loaded still. Chloe Woodward stepping to the plate. Good pitch by Lair. She gets Woodward to swing and miss on that one. That ball just tumbling out of the zone right there. Back pick by Booth. Not in time to first. Seeing if she can catch Kylie Jansen sleeping, but not right there. As Jansen's able to dive back in safely at first. 1-1 count, now to Woodward. Ball 2. Chloe Woodward, the junior from Katy, Texas. Coming into the game, 241. 58 at-bats, 10 RBIs. She's got a couple ducks on the pond to add to that RBI total right here. And that one's up high to Guzman in right field, and she's going to be there for the catch. And that's going to end things here in the top of the first. For the Eagles offensively, 1 run, 1 hit, and 3 runners left on base. Kyra Lair able to get out of this one, only giving up 1 run. The air seems to hurt the Lady Buffs. We'll be back here for the bottom of the first, here on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
WT student athletes drink low-fat chocolate milk post-workout because it helps replenish and restore muscles quickly to their peak potential. Scientific studies suggest that the immediate benefits of low-fat chocolate milk include boosted performance, improved training, and higher recovery rates in athletes. Add low-fat chocolate milk to your post-workout routine.
Go Buffs!
The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef starts with Market Street. Market Street, where we do beef the best.
And we're back here at Schaefer Park as the clouds start to roll over and the lights turn on. here in Canyon, Texas. Gabby McConnell to start things off for the Lady Buffs. And the Eagles sending Peyton Foster out to the mound. The grad transfer from UT Tyler, Lone Star Conference rival, who's currently sitting in first place in the softball standings. As Peyton Foster takes the circle for the Eagles. Here in a fight against WT for that second place spot. As the Eagles come in third place in the standings. And the Lady Buffs come in at second place. And now it's 3-0 count to McConnell. McConnell coming off a good first game, 2 for 4. Stringing together a couple hits. Takes ball 4 there, and that's going to be a 4-pitch leadoff walk. Surrendered by Peyton Foster there. And Foster on the season. Allowing 14 walks, that's going to make it 15 in 51 innings pitched so far for Foster. She struck out 30 with a 5-1 record coming into today's game. And Ruby Salzman in the box. Takes ball 1 outside. Senior center fielder in the box. Takes that one for a strike, and Foster's on the strike column with her first strike so far. 1-1 count now to Salzman. Salzman hitting .439. 10 home runs on the year. 23 RBIs and 82 at-bats so far. And we still got a lot of season left to see those numbers jump up by Salzman. She takes that one for a ball. 2-1 count. Pitch outside to Salzman. 3-1 count. And we're going to get a visit to the circle here by one of the Eagles coaches, as Peyton Foster seems to have trouble finding the zone early on here. And the Lady Buffs, being as good an offensive team as they are, not a team you want to issue free bases to. As a team together, they are hitting a total average of .322. With a team total of 36 home runs. So this is an offensive team that can come out swinging it. Especially the center fielder right here with Salzman. As she fouls that one off. Full count now to Salzman. Lady Buffs hitting in a total average with their whole team, hitting .296, Lady Buff total average being .322. Salzman pops that one into left field. And no trouble there for Hannah Pate. She makes the grab. 1 out. Bringing up Emily Boyer to the plate. But the Eagles come into play as a team hitting .296. So slightly under the Lady Buffs, but still a good offensive team. But look at this, only 10 home runs for the Eagles. One of those coming earlier today from Robinson with her 2-run home run in the first game. Emily Boyer in the box. Freshman who we saw start in the circle last game and hitting in the 3-hole. Takes that pitch for a strike. But unfortunately for her, she was only able to pitch an inning and a third before Heidi Vortherms came and took over. But that didn't stop Boyer from coming up to the plate and stepping into that batter's box as she is here. And she's going to ground this one over to second. Woodward on to first. in time to get Boyer. McConnell's going to move up to second. With 2 outs, that's going to bring up third baseman Diana Murtha.
Number 12, Diana Murtha.
Murtha with a solo home run last game. One of the 2 runs scored by the Lady Buffs. She hit her 5th home run of the season. So now she comes into this game with a .347 batting average. One of the top Lady Buff offense producers. Murtha takes strike 1 there in the inside corner. She's driven in 17 runs on her own, Diana Murtha has. Taken outside. Foster looking in for the pitch. Off-speed pitch taken down low by Murtha. 2-1 count. Base open with Madison Johnson on deck. If you're Peyton Foster right here, it wouldn't be a bad idea to try to make Diana Murtha chase. And a walk wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Would bring up Madison Johnson with runners on first and second with a force at any base. As Diana Murtha is a force to be reckoned with at the plate. 2-2 count now to her. Foster looking to end things here. And she will. She gets that call in the outside corner as she gets Murtha looking. And that's going to end things here. After the first full inning, the Eagles lead 1-0. We'll come back to Schaefer Park for the top of the second right after this.
Bud Light, proudly brewed.
We are Carpet Tech, and we are family. More than carpet cleaners, we're a team. Diving right in, not afraid to invest in our work and each other. We're killing it day in and day out, never shrinking from a challenge. Our people are 1 part passion, 1 part grit, and about a zillion parts awesome. And we are always looking to add to our family. So what are you waiting for?
Start of the second inning coming up here. Eagles lead this one 1-0. And starting things off is going to be the center fielder, number 7, Tristan Hamilton. Hamilton coming into this one hitting .283. She's got 1 home run on the season in 53 at-bats. Speedy center fielder looking to find a way on base here for the Eagles. She takes strike 1 there. Tossed by Lair in the circle. Lair found herself in a little bit of trouble that first inning. A walk, an error, and a double. Allowing only 1 run though. She found a way to get out of it. But gonna look to minimize the damage as much as she can here in the second inning. And she's going to bunt this one back to Lair in the circle. Over to McConnell covering first base in time to get the speedy Hamilton for out number 1 here in the second inning. Lair makes a great play in the circle, cutting off the Speedy Jr. right there to get her just in time. Now stepping into the box is going to be the senior, Hannah Pate, for the Eagles. With an average of 266, she takes that first one on there for strike number 1. This one's going to be off the netting and out of play. 0-2 count to the left fielder. Lair looking for her first strikeout of the day. Known to be a strikeout pitcher is Kyra Lair. She's misses that one. Close call. Lady Buff fans not liking that one. And they're going to let home plate umpire Eric Lovato hear that one. They let him hear it after that strike 3 called on Murtha. They were not happy about that one. And they weren't happy about that missed call either right there, as that pitch was taken for a ball. And that one's going to miss inside by Lair. 2-2 now the count. Good fight by Pate in the box there. Fight that one off. Two remains the count. You can see a lot of the Oklahoma Christian players wearing a pullover as temperature starts to drop here. But I'll tell you, it's nice and cozy here in the booth with a heater on. And that was taken upstairs for a ball. But also, if you're watching this, chances are you're watching inside in a nice warm place. So that's good. Full count now to the senior left-hander. And that one chopped back to Lair, flips it on over to Gerke. In time for out number 2. Kyra Lair doing it all herself so far here in the top of the second. She's made both plays.
Third baseman number 12, Brooklyn Bain.
Kyra Lair, senior, staying local from Canyon. Not going too far away as she finishes up her softball career here in Canyon, staying home. But has she added a list of awards to her title? She fires that one in there for strike 1. The year they won the national championship in 2021, she was the NCAA tournament MVP that year, as well as receiving all tournament team honors and all Lone Star Conference honors as well that same year, and a national title to top it off. So that one's in there for strike 2. And this season, as I've mentioned, the perfect game and the strikeout record, single game strikeout record. Not only that, she has also received the Lone Star Conference Pitcher of the Week award twice. Back-to-back weeks, February 21st that week, and the next week, February 28th as well. As Kyra Lair has done a great job so far, not only this season, but in her time here at West Texas A&M. Good stop there by Booth. 1-2 count to the leadoff hitter, Brooklyn Bain. And we got a timeout here as Booth is going to go chat with Lair. Try to get on the same page here. Kyra Lair is a strikeout pitcher coming in the game, leading the Lady Buffs in strikeouts. But so far has not gotten one just yet, as she looks to get Brooklyn Bain here for her first strikeout of the day if she could. But the most important stat for these Lady Buffs have to be the run column. As they come off a loss in the first game, they're going to have to find a way to win in this second game here and then battle it out for the series tomorrow as they find themselves in a hole here, down 1-0 to the Eagles here in the top of the second. And the Eagles come in fighting for that second place spot held by the Lady Buffs currently. 2-2 count now to Brooklyn Bain as she gets jammed on over to Murtha, who's able to catch that for the out. 1-2-3 that inning for Kyra Lair. Nothing doing for the Eagles. We'll be back here for the bottom of the second on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
We are Carpet Tech, and we are family. More than carpet cleaners, we're a team. Diving right in, not afraid to invest in our work and each other. We're killing it day in and day out, never shrinking from a challenge. Our people are 1 part passion, 1 part grit, and about a zillion parts awesome. And we are always looking to add to our family. So what are you waiting for?
Delicious, refreshing, Pepsi.
We know that egg producers don't quit at 5 p.m. We don't quit until the job's done either. Bankers' hours don't apply at First United Bank because we believe egg lending isn't a 9-to-5 job. While you're out working the fields or managing the herd, we're making sure your money is working too. Whether it's for livestock, land, or equipment, we're one of the most dominant egg lenders in the state and have been burning the midnight oil since 1907. First United Bank. We know ag lending. We know ag.
Getting ready to kick things off here in the bottom of the second. Peyton Foster out on the mound for the Eagles. Let's get a look defensively how the Eagles are lining up. Whitney Waldy behind the plate. Peyton Foster on the mound. Boo Robinson's going to be at first base. Chloe Woodward at second. Kristen Whitehouse at short. Brooklyn Bain at third. Hannah Pate in left. Tristan Hamilton in center. And Kylie Jansen in right field. And that's how the Eagles look defensively. And stepping in the box for the Lady Buffs is going to be the shortstop, Madison Johnson. First pitch swinging. It is Johnson. Coming into this game, 247 on the year. That one misses up and away for a ball. Madison Johnson, the infielder, junior from Flower Mound, Texas. Takes that one, strike two, 1-2 count to her. Johnson also has a couple awards to her time here at WT. The year of the national championship, 2021. She was the all-tournament. She was named to the all-tournament team. In the Lone Star Conference tournament, she was named the MVP of that tournament, as well as receiving all-tournament team awards. And that was her freshman season. She followed that up in her sophomore season, playing in 32 games for the Lady Buffs with a .354 batting average and 7 home runs that year as well. Grounds this one over to Woodward at second. Flips it on to Robinson in time for out number 1 to get Johnson.
Right fielder number 2, Julie Guzman.
That's going to bring up the California native from Reseda, junior right fielder Julie Guzman. Had a pair of walks in the first game, and she came around to score on Rufus's triple, one of the 2 runs for the Lady Buffs last game. as Guzman's had a pretty good season so far for the Buffs. Coming into this game, .317 batting average with 5 home runs on the total. Guzman's not known to be much of a power hitter, as last season she was only able to get 2 home runs, and her freshman season only able to get 1 home run. So a career high of 5 home runs for Guzman. And last year, batting average of .244 she finished with, and now midway through the season she's currently hitting .317, which is a big step up from her numbers last year. Guzman has had a great season so far. She's played a great right field for the Lady Buffs, as well as finding ways to execute and get the job done. She grounds this one over to Whitehouse. Not in time, as that one's going to sneak by Robinson at first. Guzman's going to remain at first, as that should be an infield hit by Julie Guzman to get the Lady Buffs their first hit of the game. And going to have a conference from Coach Michael Mook here. I think he's talking to home plate umpire Eric Lovato, if that went out of play or not, as that seems to be what they're discussing. Because if that ball did go out of play in the dugout, if that ball crossed the dugout for the Eagles, that would mean Julie Guzman gets an extra base. Valuable argument from Coach Michael Mook. Umpires are going to be discussing it. Home plate umpire today, Eric Lovato. At first base, we got Mike Herring. And our third base umpire is going to be Christopher Riley, as they are discussing things over on the right side of the infield. As the Lady Buffs trying to make something happen here. After going quiet in the first game and remaining quiet so far here in the second game, looking to take advantage of what could be a potential mistake made by the Eagles. And they're going to pull Coach Rodriguez in to discuss with her. Looks like they're going to be sending Guzman to second base, if my judgment is correct, as umpire Eric Lovato continues his discussion. Head coach Shaylee Rodriguez from the Eagles. Rodriguez in her second season as being a head coach. She's only 27 years old. She's already made a great name for herself, coaching a great program at Oklahoma Christian. Coach Rodriguez played 4 seasons at Oklahoma Baptist, where she received the all-region selection at the NAIA level for the Oklahoma Baptist Bison at the time. She also received First Team All-Sooner Athletic Conference awards during her time. But that discussion comes to an end, and Guzman is awarded second base, as that ball was determined to cross into the dugout and out of play. And that's going to be an error charged to Whitehouse over at shortstop right there, since Guzman got to move up to second base there. And the Lady Buffs looking to take advantage of a mistake made by the Eagles, as Braylon Booth, junior catcher, steps into the box. Takes first pitch outside for a ball. Pitch by Foster. Booth takes a big swing at this one. This one's high, not very deep to center field. No trouble for Hamilton as she makes the grab. 2 outs.
First baseman, number 27, Megan
And the Lady Buffs face another 0 in the eye right here, as Guzman's able to get on base and advance to second on the error. But so far, nothing cooking too much. 2 outs now. Megan Gerke up at the plate, first baseman for the Lady Buffs. Takes that one inside for a ball. Gerke coming into the game today, hitting .241 on the season. 29 at-bats. She's played in 18 games so far, currently making her 9th start right here. As Gerke smacks this one into left field, right to the outfielder, Hannah Pate. As Gerke hit this one on the screws, but right to the left fielder, Pate. Throwing error made by Kristen Whitehouse. Not doing anything for the Lady Buffs. At the end of 2, score remains 1-0. We'll be back after these short messages.
It's got the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of, and now it's here. First Financial Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly, local approval. It's service that just comes naturally to us, much like a love of tradition comes naturally to you. First Financial Bank, you first. Member FDIC.
And we're back here at Schaefer Park. Leading things off for the Eagles, shortstop Kristen Whitehouse going to step into the box. Coming into third inning, Eagles lead 1-0. Kyra Lair on the mound for the Lady Buffs. She's pitched 2 innings so far. She's allowed 1 walk, 1 hit, 1 run, as she looks to minimize the Eagles as much as she can here and give her offense, who's been quiet all day, a chance to win this game. As the Eagles have been all offense today in the first game, as they out-hit the Lady Buffs. By 5 hits. 10 hits for the Eagles, 5 hits for the Lady Buffs last game. And so far in this one, 1 hit each so far. And that one's driven deep to center field. Salzman on the move. And leaping grab up by the fence. Good play by Salzman. Knowing her field, making a great play back there. As she's able to shut down Whitehouse. And the All-American center fielder doing what she does best out there. Making plays, helping her team out as much as she can, as you get a good look here on the replay. Good awareness by Salzman, knowing her field. That's home field advantage right there. She knows her distance, as she covers a lot of ground out there. She knew she was getting close to the fence. She found the fence, and she was able to make the leaping grab right there. As Whitehouse wasn't able to get it past Salzman. Great job by the center fielder there. 1-0 count now to Whitney Waldy at the plate. She's going to try to bunt there. Fouls it off. 1-1 count. Waldy 0 for 1 on the day. She reached on the fielder's choice when the runner was caught in a rundown between second and third, and there was an error made, and she was able to reach first and take second base as well, and then come along to score the only run of the game so far for the Eagles, as Waldy faces a 1-2 count now. And this one's going to be lifted in the air to Salzman. Little easier play for her. She doesn't have to move as much on this one. 2 outs now.
The VP number 23, Aaliyah Brown.
That's going to bring up Aaliyah Brown for the Eagles. But Salzman, a recipient of the LSC Golden Glove Award in both the year 2019 and 2021, showing why right there. As the All-American continues to show out both on the field, defensively and offensively. One count to Aaliyah Brown. She's had a good day so far. 2 for 3 in the first game. And reach base her first at bat. She got hit in the ankle her last at bat. 1-2 now. That one probably still stings. I know how that feels. They don't feel too good, especially on a day like this. But she comes back in the box looking to do damage here. 1-2 count now to Brown. Takes that one upstairs. After last game, Brown bumps her average up to 380 now. Team leader for the Eagles. And also the team leader in home runs with 3 home runs, as they are not shown to be a power hitting team. But as we saw in the first game, home runs and extra base hits isn't always what you need, as they racked up a ton of singles last game, and that was able to get the job done, and she takes that one outside for a ball. And she's going to head on over to first as Lair issues her second walk of the day.
First baseman number 8, Brianna Robinson.
But the Eagles, as a team, coming into the game with only 10 home runs, and one of those coming last game, compared to the Lady Buffs' 36 home runs as a team. Sometimes all you need is singles, as we saw last game. But Boo Robinson also shows that the home run works too. It's her 2-run home run. Put the dagger in it last game, as that gave them the 6-1 lead, where they went on to win it by a score of 6-2. And Robinson concluded her day going 2 for 4 as well. She takes that one inside. She grounded out to first her last at bat. Lair keeps racking that pitch count up. 53 pitches so far for her in the third inning. These Eagles are not going down easy. When they get 2 strikes, they're fighting. They're fouling off pitches, taking close pitches. So we've seen a lot of deep counts by these hitters, doing a great job in the box against a great pitching performance from Kyra Lair so far. 1-2 count to Robinson. As that one, slow roll over to Murtha. Plenty of time over to Gerke. That's going to end things here offensively for the Eagles. Nothing cooking. 1 runner on base. No hits. 1-0. Score remains. Headed to the bottom of the third. We'll be back with Rufus leading off. Then McConnell. Then Salzman for the Lady Buffs. We'll be back.
Live where wide open roads lead to wide open spaces. where life is lived a different kind of way. We believe that generosity should always be given, but loyalty can only be earned. Community is sacred. Integrity is learned. We believe in going the extra mile, whether it's time to work or it's time to play. But most important, we believe in doing the right thing, always.
One West is the comprehensive fundraising campaign designed to fuel WT 125 from the Panhandle to the world. We will strengthen WT's impact for the Panhandle region and beyond through a historic, comprehensive campaign, raising $125 million by 2025. The campaign's 3 priorities: people, programs, and places. Now is the time to make a difference for current and future generations. One West.
Back here at Schaefer Park as Brittany Rufus looks to lead things off for the Lady Buffs in the bottom of the 3rd inning. So far, not really an offensive game by either side. Eagles able to squeak one across here in the 1st, but since then, nothing for them. And so far, nothing for the Lady Buffs. As the junior outfielder, left fielder, looking to start things off, tries the bunt there. Unsuccessful. 0-1 the count to Rufus. Rufus with an RBI triple last game. Coming into this one, 365 batting average. Takes that one inside for a ball. Rufus is one to be known for her speed. She's a slap hitter. If she puts that ball on the ground, you better get rid of it. It's going to be a close play over at first base, and that's what she's known for. I see she just tries to tap it on in play there, but she's going to miss foul. It works well having her in the 9-hole as well, because it works almost as a second leadoff hitter for the Lady Buffs. Hitting in the 9-hole. She fights that one off. And Coach Rodriguez coming out of the dugout arguing that that was a bunt attempt. With 2 strikes, if that was a bunt attempt and she fouled it off, that would mean that Brittany Rufus would be called out on strike 3. And that is exactly what Coach Rodriguez is arguing with home plate umpire Eric Lovato. I can see her argument as Rufus is just trying to tap it on into play, but nonetheless, foul ball remains. So Rufus is making it close, but she seemed to be swinging. It's like a little check swing almost. I wouldn't call it a bunt, but I can see why Coach Rodriguez was making that argument. 2-2 count to Rufus. She's going to line this one past Robinson at first. That one's going to get down the line, and Rufus into second with a double. Leadoff double for the Lady Buffs. The bottom of the 3rd. And that's going to bring up the top of the order. And this might be exactly what the doctor ordered for the Lady Buffs, as they have their good chance right here with the top of the lineup coming up. Freshman Gabby McConnell at the box. Walked her first at bat. She's going to try to lay down a bunt. Going to miss foul. Freshman from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Ooh, smacks that one. Almost got Peyton Foster on the mound, and she was able to duck out of the way of that one. But McConnell's on first, and she's going to get caught in a rundown now. So they're going to try to get that run home. So we've seen this before. And now Rufus is caught in a rundown. That ball is going to be thrown away. McConnell advances to second. Rufus stays at third. We have second and third, no outs for the Lady Buffs. And who else would you want up but the dangerous center fielder, number 7, Ruby Salzman. Gonna get a visit to the circle here. Calm things down after the Lady Buffs try to create some chaos right there with that first and third play, and that's exactly what they did. As they're notorious for running that play, first and third, getting in a rundown, and that's exactly what the Lady Buffs are trying to do in that situation, is cause chaos. And as that's just what happened, was chaos. But nonetheless, successful attempt by McConnell to get caught in the rundown after her hit. Second and third, Ruby Salzman. In the box, 5'6" senior, Northridge, California. Grad student this year. And along with all of her athletic awards that she has received, with her All-Americans, she is also an academic All-American as well. Salzman gets it done both on the field and in the classroom. And she crushes this one deep to center field. Just short of the fence. Hamilton makes the catch. But a sacrifice fly for Salzman is going to bring home Rufus. And going to slide McConnell over to third, as the star outfielder does her job and gets the Lady Buffs on the board to tie things up. Here in the bottom of the third, 1 out. McConnell on third. Boyer stepping to the plate for the Lady Buffs. Team at bat there by Ruby Salzman. That's exactly what she needed to do to get her 24th RBI on the season and tie this game 1-1. First pitch taken for a strike by Boyer. Boyer takes that one outside for a ball. As the Harrisburg, South Dakota native. Couple South Dakotians in the lineup today for the Lady Buffs. Boyer takes that one down low. 2-1 count to her. Boyer, just a freshman, standing in at 6'1" in the box, takes that one outside. As she poses a big physical threat, both in the batter's box and on the mound. As you can look at her hitting stats, Boyer hitting .351 on the season with 7 home runs. Fights that one off. Full count to Boyer. But her .351 batting average is coming in, along with her 8-2 pitching record with 45 innings pitched and a 2.7 ERA. We saw her in the first game. She didn't have her best stuff today, but nonetheless, her teammates came in, picked her up. She comes up in the batter's box, still having good at-bats. Great play made by Robinson. Basket catch in foul territory there. She had to cover a lot of ground out near the first base dugout. Great play by her. As she gets Boyer out. Keeps McConnell at third. Just a great play by Robinson. Knowing her surroundings, she was getting close to the fence right there. Was able to make the basket catch. She's running full speed. That's not an easy play to make. She made it look easy, but that is not an easy play to make at all. First pitch to Diana Murtha is taken for a strike. It's Peyton Foster looking to work out of some trouble here. Murtha struck out looking her first at bat. Lady Buff dugout starts to come to life as you can hear them now as Salzman drove in their RBI run to try the game at 1-1, and now it looks like their dugout's got some life to it. They've been quiet over there in the dugout most of the day today, and now we get to finally hear them. As Murtha faces a 1-2 count, takes that one outside. Two count to the junior. Murtha turns on that one, but it's going to be foul. Over the bullpen in left field. Count remains even. 2 apiece. Foster looking to minimize things here. But not just yet, as Murtha sends this one into center field for a base hit, and that's going to give the Lady Buffs their first lead of the day. As that RBI single by Diana Murtha brings home McConnell from third base. 2-1 Lady Buffs.
Shortstop number 17, Madison Johnson.
Shortstop Madison Johnson comes into play. Looking to keep things moving for the Lady Buffs. Off-speed pitch by Foster gets her out in front. And Johnson lifts this one into the glove of Pate out in left field. And that's going to do things here for the Lady Buffs after 3 innings of play. Lady Buff bats seem to be coming to life. 2 runs scored. And we'll come back to the top of the 4th. New ball game. WT leads 2-1.
Welcome to MediDrive Pharmacy. We greet you by name, and our pharmacists take the time to console you and answer all your questions. Our Health Mart Pharmacy specializes in serving our community with fast, friendly professional service and the highest quality of medicine and health products. We accept most insurance plans, including Medicaid and Medicare, and we offer free in-town delivery to your home or business. Come visit us for all your healthcare needs.
It's got the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of, and now it's here. First Financial Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly, local approval. It's service that just comes naturally to us, much like a love of tradition comes naturally to you. First Financial Bank, you first. Member FDIC.
And we got a new ball game here at Schaefer Park. Going to start things off in the top of the 4th. Lady Buffs out in front 2-1. After 3 full innings of play, Kyra Lair takes a circle again. She's going to be facing junior Kylie Jansen in the box for the Eagles to start things off here in the 4th. Jansen walked her first at bat. And Kyra Lair, 3 innings pitched so far. Only allowed 1 hit. Issued 2 walks, though, so far. She looks to throw up another 0 for her team here in this half of the 4th. And Jansen pops this one up into foul territory. Rufus running over. She crashes into the fence. And she's down. Rufus was going to make that play as she crashed into the bullpen fence right there. And athletic trainers on to make sure she's okay. As the team looks on to make sure Rufus is okay.
Let's take a 1 minute break.
We're going to take a quick break and we'll come back to Schaefer Park.
West is the comprehensive fundraising campaign designed to fuel WT 125 from the Panhandle to the world. We will strengthen WT's impact for the Panhandle region and beyond through a historic, comprehensive campaign, raising $125 million by 2025. The campaign's 3 priorities: people, programs, and places. Now is the time to make a difference for current and future generations. One West.
When you choose natural gas, chocolate chip cookies get a little tastier. Homes get a little cozier. Bank accounts tend to put on some weight. Towels get fluffier. Showers stay hotter for longer. And our blue planet gets a little greener. When it comes to choosing energy that's clean and efficient, nothing else could be more American. Atmos Energy, your natural gas company.
And we're back here at Schaefer Park as Brittany Rufus now on her feet here as her teammates and coaching staff, training staff, all taking care of her to make sure she's okay. It's good to see her up on her feet though, as she was going full force for that ball. And it looks like she's going to stay in the game. Looks like she's going to stay in the game. Wow. Brittany Rufus colliding with the fence. And she's able to get up and smile about it after taking a hard hit. But looks like Rufus won that battle. Rufus won fence 0 as Rufus continues to play on. Kylie Jansen still at the box. 1-1 count to her as we begin to resume play. Great to see Brittany Rufus back on her feet. Kyra Lair in the circle. 1-1 pitch to Jansen. That's in there for a strike. 1-2 count now. That one's taken upstairs. Close take by Jansen. But that'll even things up. 2-2 now to the junior right fielder. Jansen, 250 hitter on the year. First at bat with a walk and an RBI. She takes that one. Full count now. As the Eagles look to answer back to that 2-run inning by the Lady Buffs in the bottom half of the third. As the Lady Buffs strung together 3 hits and a run in that inning. Jansen pops this one up. Johnson going to make the grab at shortstop. Out number 1 for the Lady Buffs. Kyra Lair continues to let her defense record outs for her, as she has not registered a strikeout yet today. Beginning the 4th inning of work, which is unlike her style of pitching, as she is the team leader in strikeouts, and she is known to be a strikeout pitcher. But it doesn't seem so in this game today. But nonetheless, only allowed 1 hit so far. As first pitch to Chloe Woodward's fouled off for strike. The Canyon native, Kyra Lair, takes the rubber. And she's now ahead to Woodward 0-2 now in the count. Chloe Woodward, the junior. 0 for 1 on the day. Takes that one on the outside corner, her first strikeout. And Kyra Lair records her first strikeout of the game. And that brings up Tristan Hamilton for the Eagles, as we now have 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Hamilton 0 for 1. Not for long, as she drives this one to the gap in right center. As the fielders throw their hands up, as that ball was lost under one of the signs out there, but then it fell. Hamilton remains on third, as not sure how this one's going to be ruled, because the ball did get stuck up under the fence out there in center field for a short second, but then fell out. You see Salzman out there with her hands up as that ball was stuck underneath the fence, but then dropped out immediately. As Michael Mook wanted an explanation, he's going to try and get that. As he waits to talk with home plate umpire Eric Lovato. They're going to be discussing things here. But for now, Hamilton stands on third with a 2-out triple. And Hannah Pate looks to... Excuse me, we're going to get a pinch hitter here. So pinch hitting for Hannah Pate is going to be looking like number 77, Cadence Brewster, who came into the game last game with a pinch hit at bat. Recorded a single during that at bat. And after Michael Mook's discussion with home plate umpire, it seems that Hamilton is going to remain at third with the triple. As that call is going to remain. 2-out triple for Hamilton brings up freshman pinch hitter Cadence Brewster. Singled last game. Freshman from Wichita, Kansas. In the box facing the veteran Kyra Lair. Brewster pops this one up. McConnell makes the grab over at second base. And triple by Hamilton. Nothing doing after that. Kyra Lair able to get out of it. 2-1 score remains. We'll take a quick break and we'll come back on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Link is now Optimum, with award-winning internet, TV, and mobile, giving you the power to get closer and go farther with speed and reliability. With our new 100% fiber internet we're building, together with Optimum Mobile, voted #1 in customer satisfaction, you'll get the complete connectivity you deserve. And when you combine Optimum's award-winning connectivity with our 24/7 customer service, your future is only a connection away.
Back here at Schaefer Park for the bottom half of the 4th inning coming up. So you see the box score right there. WT leads this one 2-1. Out hitting the Eagles so far 4-2 are the Lady Buffs. 1 error apiece by each team as Julie Guzman, right fielder, steps into the box. 1 for 1 on the day so far. She had an infield hit last at bat. And then she reached second base on a throwing error by shortstop Kristen Whitehouse. Guzman lifts this one shallow left field. But re-entering the game, Hannah Pate. Back in left field. She's there to make the grab.
Number 4, Braylon Booth.
And after that leadoff out by Julie Guzman, that brings up the catcher, number 4, Braylon Booth. Booth comes in 0 for 1 to this at-bat. Flew out to center. Last time up, takes first pitch ball outside. Braylon Booth coming in from Wichita, Kansas. As she is a transfer from Abilene Christian, her second year with the Lady Buffs. Last year, her first season with the Lady Buffs, played in 34 games, 26 starts. Booth had 292 on the season was her average, with 2 home runs on the year. Booth smacks this one high in the air. No need to move for Hamilton as she's there to make the catch. Out number 2.
First baseman number 27, Megan Turkey.
But Braylon Booth makes the out there. And that brings up first baseman Megan Gerke. As Gerke, another South Dakota native for the Lady Buffs. She's coming in from Alexandria, South Dakota. Her second season with the Lady Buffs. Transferred in from Northern Illinois. Last year with the Lady Buffs, she started in 45 games. 225 batting average. 2 home runs. And Gerke pulls that one foul. Right into the dugout. Heads up over there. But so far this season, Gerke, 241 batting average. 1 home run. As the first baseman steps into the box. Grounds this one off the glove of Foster. Not going to be in time as Brooklyn Bain came over to try to get Gerke after went off the glove of Foster, but not in time as Gerke's going to reach base safely. And we'll have to see if they give that one a hit or an error. I believe that should be scored an error on Peyton Foster right there. But nonetheless, 2 out base runners for the Lady Buffs. Brings up Brittany Rufus, who we just saw had a meeting with the outfield fence earlier. But she's still in the game. She got up smiling. She wants to win. That's what she wants to do. As she tries to keep things going for the Lady Buffs here in the bottom of the 4th. Takes that one for a strike. 1-1 count. Rufus from Mansfield, Texas. Transferring in last season from Northwest Florida State. And that misplay by Foster is going to be ruled an error. The second error of the game so far for the Eagles. As the Lady Buffs looking to take full advantage of the errors made by the Eagles so far. Two-two count to Rufus. Last season for the Lady Buffs, her first season in a WT uniform. .417 batting average, 22 RBIs, and 5 home runs. As she continues to have a great season here. But for the time being, flies out to Hannah Pate in left field. As that's going to do it. 4 full innings of play here at Schaefer Park. Nothing doing that half inning for the Lady Buffs. We'll come back for the top of the 5th. Brooklyn Bain leading off for the Eagles. Coming up next.
Since 1933, the Panhandle Plains Historical Museum has housed the vast history of Panhandle Plains, given back to the community, and provided educational resources to those who live here. Located on the campus of West Texas A&M University, PPHM is free to all students, faculty, and staff at WT. We offer volunteer opportunities, internships, and hands-on research experience. From prehistoric times to pioneer travels, there's something for everyone at the largest history museum in Texas. Stop by and see us sometime. Oh, and don't forget, go Buffs!
Get a good look there of the national championship team from Lady Buff Softball in 2021. They have their sign out in left field in remembrance of the national title. Leadoff hitter for the Eagles, Brooklyn Bain. Grounds out to Madison Johnson at short. First pitch. Swinging was Bain as Kyra Laird able to get one out in the top of 5th. That brings up the shortstop, number 9, Kristen Whitehouse. 1 for 2 on the day. The double in her first at-bat. In the first game today, she was 1 for 4. With a single, and so far in the second game, she's 1 for 2 with a double. One 1-0 pitch to Whitehouse, taken on the corner for a strike. Whitehouse Jr. out of Moore, Oklahoma. Central Arkansas transfer before this. As she takes that one in the dirt for a ball. So far this season, Whitehouse with a .300 batting average coming into the day. As this one's popped up. Gerke might have room as she gets close to the fence. And she makes the catch. As she's falling onto the dugout fence, Gerke hangs on for the play. As she made a great play up against the visiting dugout. And you'll get a good look here. She's going. Great field awareness by the first baseman, Gerke, right there. Knowing where she's at on the field, getting close to the fence right there. Veteran Megan Gerke at first base knows her field, knows her surroundings. Kind of like what we saw from Salzman out there in center field. These veteran players with their softball IQ and their knowledge of their surroundings definitely comes into play, as we've seen right there. Great play by Gerke to secure the grab. 2 outs now for the Lady Buffs in the top of the 5th. So we have a conference right now at the circle. Braylon Booth makes her way back. Great play by Gerke. Kyra Lair's loving it. 2 outs now for her in the top of the 5th. That brings up Whitney Waldy, the catcher. She's 0 for 2. Reached on a fielder's choice the first inning. And that one gets down for a hit. Guzman attempts to make the throw to first, but not in time. As Waldy is going to reach base safely with a 2-out knock. And that brings up the DP, Aaliyah Brown. She's walked and gotten hit so far in this game. Last game was 2 for 3. The team leader for Oklahoma Christian in batting average. Steps into the box, looking to swing the bat here, as she hasn't needed to in her first 2 at-bats so far. But she takes that one for a strike. Seven doubles on the year for Brown so far, along with her 27 hits on the season. She takes that one upstairs. The junior from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, takes that one outside for a ball. Brown in her 3rd season at Oklahoma Christian. And takes that one on the corner, and that'll even things up. 2-2 count now to Brown. Last season for Brown, she hit .425 on the year. Started in 41 games. 7 home runs for her last season. And she's got 3 so far in the year. Takes that one downstairs. Full count now to Brown. And last year, Aaliyah Brown, 45 RBIs for her. She had a great season last year and continues putting up good offensive numbers this year as well. As the .380 hitter works full count now to Lair. And she takes that one for a strike 3. Kyra Lair, 2nd strikeout of the day. We're through 4.5 here at Schaefer Park. Lady Buffs lead 2-1. Stay with us. Top of the order coming up for the Lady Buffs. Bottom half of the 5th next.
This isn't just any burger run. This is a burger run for Whataburger Sweet and Spicy Bacon Burger. 2 fresh all-beef patties with melty cheese, grilled onions, crispy bacon, and sweet and spicy pepper sauce. 1 for you, 1 for him, and 1 for your unofficial roommate, Brad. Always order an extra. You know, for Brad. The all-time favorite sweet and spicy bacon burger from Whataburger. Just like you like it.
Bud Light, proudly brewed.
Great shot of the Wayne and Linda Woodward Buffalo out in right center field. Great shot of Schaefer Park. As we come back for the bottom half of the 5th inning, we're going to have the top of the order up for the Lady Buffs as freshman Gabby McConnell going to step into the box, 1 for 1 on the day. With a single her last at-bat, and she got in the rundown at first and third, causing some chaos, which later led to the sacrifice fly by Ruby Salzman to get the Lady Buffs their first run of the day. But McConnell leading things off with no one on base here. She takes the first pitch for a strike. Coming in from Lincoln High School in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. McConnell's senior year, she took her team to the 2nd state championship in 3 years there at Lincoln High School. And Michael Mook has just built a team of championship culture here. A lot of the returning girls on this Lady Buff roster were a part of that 2021 team where they won the national title. McConnell lines this one to second. Nice play over there by Chloe Woodward. She flips it onto Robinson in time to get McConnell for out number 1. But Michael Mook bringing in a freshman like Gabby McConnell, who does have some championship experience, winning 2 state titles in her time in high school. Because that's the ultimate goal every year, is to win that national title. You surround your team with championship-style players, players who know what it takes to win, just as a lot of these returning girls do on this team. Bring in the new girls who know what it takes to win. And that's exactly what Michael Mook has put together here with his Lady Buff team this season. A lot of young girls who come in and making an immediate impact. Girls like Gabby McConnell, Emily Boyer, Lauren Granger, making an immediate impact right away. Ruby Salzman in the box. Even things up, 1-1 to Salzman. Ruby Salzman from Chatsworth High School, where her senior year won the CIF LA City Section Championship, which just correlates with the championship mentality here at WT, as Ruby Salzman was also part of the 2021 national title team, where she played a big role in that season, where she led all of Division II in hits. As she adds to her hit total there, lines this one into center field. That gets past the diving Hamilton. Salzman rounding second, coasting into third safely for a triple. 1 out, triple for Ruby Salzman. And the All-American star center fielder with a big 1-out triple there, hoping to add some more runs against a good Oklahoma Christian Eagles team. Good job by Salzman. And now it's Emily Boyer's turn. 0 for 2 so far in the game. Boyer grounds this one. That's going to get off the glove of Bain at third into the outfield. And that's going to bring home Salzman. That's going to give the Lady Buffs a 2-run lead here in the bottom of the 5th. 3-1 Lady Buffs. As that was a tough play that Bain would have had to make over there at third. But it bounced off her glove and then kicked off Whitehouse over at short and then into the outfield. Tough play, not too much you can do there as an infielder. But nonetheless, Lady Buffs take a 2-run lead here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. And if you're a Lady Buff fan, that's what you want to see, especially after a quiet first game. But now we have a pinch runner coming in. Pinch running for Boyer is going to be number 3, Malaya Delphine. Malaya's coming in over at first base. 8 for 8 for stolen bases on the season. So don't be surprised if we see Delphine over there at first in motion at some point during this at-bat. Murtha fouls that one off. 0-1 count to Murtha. 1 for 2 on the day. Strikeout and an RBI single her last at-bat for Murtha. Foster with the pitch. Foster misses down low for a ball. 3-1 is the score here in the 5th. Murtha with a home run last game. Wasn't quite what her team needed at the time. Wasn't enough last game, but her RBI single last inning seemed to be enough so far for the Lady Buffs. 1-2 count now to Murtha. Foster so far, she's been pitching well in the circle. 4 1/3 innings pitched. She's allowed 6 hits, surrendered 1 walk, and she has 1 strikeout. She's done a good job pitching to contact, letting her defense make plays. Murtha fouls this one off out of play. Foster not known to be a strikeout pitcher. On the season, before this game, only registering 30 strikeouts in her 51 innings that she has pitched. And so far in this game, only registering 1 strikeout. But Foster came into this game with a 2.32 ERA. And she looks to keep that ERA down. Back pick by Waldy. Not in time at first. Foster looking to keep that ERA down as she keeps working through this tough Lady Buff offense. Murtha fouls that one off. Still 2-2. Still haven't seen Delphine over there at first take off yet. Eight for 8 in stolen bases. That's pretty good. Not many people can steal the base 8 for 8 times. So I would expect Malaya Delphine to be running at any time now. Full count now to Murtha. Murtha fouls that one off again. Full count still as Murtha continues to fight in the box. She almost nailed Coach Mook over there at third base. Gonna need to get Michael Mook a glove over there. Keep you on your toes over there. Have to bring back his old playing days. Protect himself. Full count to Murtha. This one's going to be popped into shallow right field. Kylie Jansen on to make the grab. Delphine back to first. 2 outs here in the bottom half of the 5th as Murtha pops up. That's going to bring up shortstop Madison Johnson. 0 for 2. Madison Johnson on the day. And there goes Delphine. Not in time. Throw by Waldy. Was on target, but not in time to get the speedy Delphine, as that's her 9th stolen base on the year. 9 for 9. We knew she was going to be running, just didn't know when. She dives in there safely. 2 outs. Delphin moves into scoring position for Johnson. Foster looking to keep things where they're at right now. Johnson lines this one. Going to get out of play. Two 2-1 count to Johnson. Johnson hasn't had her best season so far compared to her last 2 seasons in a Lady Buff uniform. And she pops that one up. And Brooklyn Bain is there for the grab. That's going to end things here after 5 full innings of play as Johnson pops out. 5 innings of play. Lady Buffs lead 3-1. We'll come back in the top of the 6th where Boo Robinson will lead things off for the Eagles. We'll be back right here on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Welcome to Shimon Dental Group, where every day we're excited to see our patients and treat them like family. We are dedicated to providing you with the highest quality care in a friendly and comfortable environment. Shimon Dental Group's patient-focused philosophy puts your needs front and center.
We are constantly investing in leading-edge technology. Innovations that speed the treatment process and improve aesthetics. We're expanding the breadth of our cosmetic and restorative services through training to provide the best possible outcomes.
Just with the level of commitment that they show to taking care of my family and I, it's absolutely unmatched in this town, so I've been very happy with them.
Brightening smiles for more than 3 decades.
Contact Shimon Dental Group for your appointment today.
Back here at Schaefer Park, top half of the 6th inning. Starting up here. And looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter for the Eagles. So that one's fouled off, first pitch. Kelsey Gamage coming in to pinch hit. Gamage comes into the game today, hitting .341 on the season. She's pinch hitting for Robinson here. She slaps this one into shallow left field. No trouble for Rufus as she makes the grab. As the pinch hitter, Kelsey Gamage, not able to get on base for the Eagles. And there's out number 1 here in the top half of the 6th. And that's going to bring up the right fielder, number 21, Kylie Jansen, for the Eagles. Oh for 1 on the day with the walk. Takes that one outside. Lair so far, 5 1/3 innings pitched. She's given up 3 hits. Surrendered 2 walks, and she struck out 2. 2 of her 3 hits being extra base hits that she's given up. She's given up a double and a triple. But minimized the Eagles to only 1 run so far, as Kyra Lair and the Lady Buffs have a 3-1 lead in the top half of the 6th. 2-0 count to Kylie Jansen. As Lair has been shutting down this Eagle offense this game. Only 3 hits so far for the Eagles. Jansen with the 2-0 count. Takes that one on the corner for a strike. Lair waiting for the sign from Booth behind the plate. Sends that one in the top of the zone for a strike. 2-2 count to Jansen. Coach Rodriguez over at third base. Not liking that call too much. So that one looked to be a little up, but not too high for home plate umpire Eric Lovato as he calls that one a strike. 2-2 count now to Jansen. Fights that one off. And that's been on repeat for these Eagles hitters. Every time they get to 2 strikes, they're fouling off pitches, taking close pitches, not making it easy for these Lady Buff pitchers to strike them out, let alone get them out. As Jansen's putting up a good fight in the box right now. 2-2 pitch to her. And that one, great play by Rufus as she lays out to make the catch. The diving outfielder makes the grab on the line. Saves extra bases right there. Huge play by Rufus. And that's a huge momentum saver for not letting the Eagles get on base right there. As we'll get another look at it. Look at Rufus going all out. We saw earlier she ran into the fence. She'll do whatever it takes to make that play. And she gets another chance there. Hopefully less pain after that one. When she ran into that fence earlier, she was not doing too well, but she managed to get up, smile about it, and then goes and makes a great play like that. She's a gamer. Great play by Rufus. 2 strikes now to the second baseman, Chloe Woodward. She flew out to right her first at-bat. Then she got caught looking. Struck out looking in her last at-bat. Woodward, the junior. Katy, Texas. Transferring in from Blinn College. As this one's high in the air, but not quite deep enough as second baseman Gabby McConnell is going to make that catch. After that inning, nothing doing for the Eagles. 5.5 innings of play. Score remains 3-1 Lady Buffs. Julie Guzman will lead things off when we come back here on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network. Stay with us.
Life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it. It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
Start things here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Lady Buffs with a 3-1 lead here against the Oklahoma Christian Eagles. Tight race in the Lone Star Conference. Eagles coming into this series 3rd place in the Lone Star Conference, right behind the Lady Buffs, who are in 2nd place. Lady Buffs now with a Lone Star Conference record 12-4. Compared to Oklahoma Christian's Lone Star Conference record of 14-5. Big series for both these teams here. As game 2 slowly wrapping things up as we're in the bottom half of the 6th. Julie Guzman at the plate. Takes that one. 0-2 count now to her. As Peyton Foster continues to fill up the strike zone for the Eagles. Guzman 1 for 2 in this game. Single and a fly out. Almost got her on that one. Check over to first base umpire Mike Herring. Guzman held up there. Good take by Guzman. Also a great pitch by Foster. Almost got the junior right fielder swinging on that one. But nonetheless, Guzman holds up. 2-2 count. But she's going to get rung up on that one as Guzman goes down looking. Foster gets her on the inside corner for a strikeout. That's going to be out number 1 in the bottom half of the 6th. And we're going to get substitution here from Coach Michael Mook. Looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter here. Coming in to pinch hit for Braylon Booth is going to be freshman number 13, Heaven Moreno. Moreno out of Amarillo, Texas. Coming out of Randall High School. Freshman. Decided to stay home. Stay here at WT. Stay local. As she's coming to the game with a good opportunity to get things going. Add some insurance run for the Lady Buffs. And she's first pitch swinging on that one. Fouls that one away. Moreno, only 3 at-bats on the season so far. 2 for 3. Takes that one upstairs. 1-1 count to Moreno. 2 singles in her career so far. She's appeared in 9 games. 3 at-bats. She hits this one hard. Over to Whitehouse at short. Good play by Kristen Whitehouse on the backhand as she makes a strong throw to get Moreno out at first. Moreno hit that ball hard, but right to the backhand of Kristen Whitehouse as she made a great play. And a strong throw on over to first to get the freshman Moreno. 2 down now in the bottom half of the 6th. Brings up first baseman Megan Gerke. 0 for 2 on the day. But Gerke made that great catch over by the Oklahoma Christian dugout. A few moments back. In foul territory, she takes that one for a strike. Foster looking to get her team back in the dugout before the sun goes down so the Eagles can try to get some more runs across the board. And that one hit Gerke, and she's going to be rewarded first base. Coach Rodriguez not liking that one too much. She's going to come out and say that Gerke stuck her elbow out on that one. And Rodriguez is going to share her piece. Home plate umpire Eric Lovato, as she's going to be arguing that Gerke stuck her elbow out across the plate to intentionally get hit. And if that's the case, then it would be a strike against Gerke. And it appears we're going to have an umpire conference about it, as Lovato is going to call everyone in. See if they saw anything different, as home plate umpire did reward Gerke first base, saying that she was hit by pitch. And he's going to discuss with his fellow colleagues, see if they saw anything different. And it appears they did not. Gerke is going to remain at first base as she is awarded with a hit by pitch right there. And that's going to bring up Brittany Rufus, the left fielder, who's been getting beat up out there in the outfield. 1 for 2 with a double so far today in this game at the plate. And she drives this one deep to right center field. That's going to get off the fence. It's going to get past Hamilton, past Jansen. Rufus coming around third. Not in time. Brittany Rufus inside the park home run. And that one wasn't even close at home plate. Rufus in there standing as that ball bounced off the wall in right center field and rolled past the outfielders. You get a good look here on the replay. As you see it bounce off the wall, gets past Jansen, then it gets past Hamilton, and Rufus sees that she's not stopping. She's not stopping. She comes around easily to score. That's her second inside the park home run of the season for Rufus. 2 RBIs there by Rufus. And that's going to do it for Peyton Foster. Peyton Foster's stat line: 5 2/3 innings pitched. She gave up 5 runs. Six hits, struck out 2. So we have a pitching change now. We're going to take a quick break and we'll come back. Top of the order for the Buffs coming up next.
This is gonna be tough. I mean, that's a bag full of Whataburger's Buffalo Ranch chicken strip sandwiches with tangy buffalo sauce and creamy butter.
First pitch to Gabby McConnell. Taken on the corner for a strike. Pitching change for the Eagles. Coming in to replace Peyton Foster is number 14, Grace Anderson, sophomore from Tishomingo, Oklahoma. Dishes another strike there to McConnell. 0-2 count from Anderson. And that one's going to get to the backstop. Good take there by McConnell. 1-2 count to her. Anderson with her second season with the Eagles. Fouled off by McConnell. Anderson's appeared in 2 games so far this season. 2 2/3 innings pitched. She's walked 2. She's given up 7 hits and 9 runs. But she's in a good position right here against freshman Gabby McConnell. 1-2 count to her. Anderson misses on that one down low. 2-2 count to McConnell. As the freshman second baseman, 1 for 2 on the day with a walk. McConnell takes that one outside. Full count to McConnell. And Anderson looking to get out of things here. Not just yet. She issues a walk to McConnell. That's going to be McConnell's second walk of the day. And not what you want to see coming out of the bullpen if you're an Eagles fan. Definitely, after a home run, do not want to give free bases anymore with 2 outs. Trailing by 4, about to go into the top half of the 7th. And the Eagles need to find a way to minimize here. Tough out coming up with Ruby Salzman. And McConnell takes second. Good throw by Waldy, but not in time as Gabby McConnell is going to take second base. That's going to be her 10th stolen base of the season. These Lady Buffs can run. McConnell with her 10th stolen base of the season. That makes her 10 for 10 on the year. Salzman crushes this one to center. And that one's gone! A 2-run home run from Ruby Salzman, deep to center field. As she crushes that one. The All-American drives in 2 and gives the Lady Buffs a 6-run lead here in the bottom half of the 6th. Salzman crushes that one to center field on a line. That one got out of here quick. 2-run home run for Salzman. 7-1 Lady Buffs. Freshman Emily Boyer now stepping in. Her turn to add to the Lady Buffs runs this inning, as the Lady Buffs seem to be coming to life now. Salzman, 3 RBIs on the day for her. As Rufus got the inside the park home run, and then Salzman with the 2-run home run. And that's how we got to 7-1 now in the bottom half of the 6th. 3-0 count to Boyer. And Anderson able to get one over there. 3-1 count now to Boyer. Boyer is coming in. This at bat, 0 for 3 on the day. That one's taken on the corner. Full count now to Boyer. As Anderson looks to end things here for the Lady Buff offense. As she does. She gets Boyer swinging up and out of the zone there. But maybe too late, as the Lady Buffs able to add 4 runs. 2-run inside the park home run, Brittany Rufus. 2-run home run, Ruby Salzman. We'll be back with the top half of the 7th right here on the Lone Star Conference.
Headquarters and get helped, get fitted, and get your questions answered, and find out about our price matching online today.
Welcome back to beautiful Schaefer Park, Canyon, Texas. Top half of the 7th coming up here with this Lone Star Conference matchup, wrapping up Game 2 on the day from the visiting Oklahoma Christian Eagles and the West Texas A&M Lady Buffs. We come into the top half of the 7th with the Lady Buffs with a 7-1 lead over the Eagles, with a big 4-run 6th inning right there. They had 2 home runs inside the Parker by Brittany Rufus, able to get 2 runs home, and then Ruby Salzman going deep to center field with a 2-run home run of her own. And the Lady Buffs now with a 6-run lead. Going to bring in a new pitcher on the mound, number 19, Emily Wilson, coming in to pitch for the Lady Buffs. Senior coming out of Esco, Minnesota, coming in to pitch, close things out here in the top half of the 7th. Wilson on the season, 1.11 ERA, 25 innings pitched. She struck out 12, giving up 4 runs. As Wilson is assigned with the task of closing out the game here. And this one's going to be bunted by Hamilton. Wilson over to first, not in time, as Tristan Hamilton leads things off with the Eagles with a bunt base hit, as she's able to beat the throw from Wilson over to first. And that's going to bring up Hannah Pate, the left fielder for the Eagles. And this one's grounded back to Wilson. Wilson over to Johnson. But Johnson's just going to hang on to it, as she's not going to be able to throw out Pate in time for the double play. But the Lady Buffs do get one there. Good job by Wilson making a good throw to Johnson just to get one out. So Pate moves up to third. And now we have the top of the lineup coming up for the Eagles. Brooklyn Bain leading things off. The junior third baseman. Looking to get things going for the Eagles. Try to add some base runners. Chopper over to Murtha at third. Going to get her in time at first base. Brooklyn Bain is called out as she grounds out to Diana Murtha at third base. As Wilson continues pitching to contact, as she's got 2 outs now here in the top half of the 7th. And she's going to face shortstop Kristen Whitehouse up next, who's 1 for 3 on the day with a double. First pitch to Whitehouse, taken outside for a ball, 1-0 count. Hannah Pate stands on second base. Kristen Whitehouse at the plate. Takes that one in there for a strike. 1-1 count. Wilson stares into booth, awaiting the sign until she gets what she likes. And that one misses off the plate. 2-1 count now to Whitehouse. Wilson, 1 pitch away from ending this ball game here. Second game of the day. The Eagles took the first one by a score of 6-2. And right now, with 2 outs in the top half of the 7th, the Lady Buffs lead 7-1. We'll have one more game to close out the series tomorrow. And that'll be 1 o'clock, streamed right here on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network. You'll be able to catch that game. Regardless of how this game turns out, we will play tomorrow. But 2-2 count to Whitehouse. Wilson looking to end things here. And she does! Whitehouse goes down swinging. Great off-speed pitch by Wilson. And that's going to do it. Game 2 wrapping up with a Lady Buff win. Final score, Lady Buff 7, Eagles 1. Final stat score for the game. Oklahoma Christian scoring 1 run, 4 hits.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
Jenkins Doors and Windows began serving the Texas Panhandle in 1927, and we take pride in being a part of your neighborhood. We don't use false promises or gimmicks. We simply offer quality doors and windows at a fair price, and we stand behind every sale. Jenkins is family owned and operated, and proudly continues the traditions of quality and excellence that started over 80 years ago. Call us at 372-4336 or stop by our showroom at 820 West 6th and let our knowledgeable staff help you pick out the perfect doors and windows for your home.
Welcome back into Schaefer Park. Zach Kamenko here with Brittany Rufus. Lady Buffs take a 7-1 victory against the Oklahoma Christian Eagles. Brittany, first off, how are you feeling? That was a tough collision out there. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling okay. You know, I have the support of my coaches, my teammates, and my trainers here, so I felt all the love, but hopefully a better day tomorrow.
Yes, we saw Ronald make his way out there. You know, you took a hard collision, but you probably made a dent in the fence out there, though. But you come up big, making a diving play right after that. So what was your mentality going into that diving play after colliding with the fence?
Well, after our first outing, you know, I felt like the team just needed some kind of spark, and, you know, what a better way to get that spark than to just, you know, make a diving catch for your pitcher. Of course, we didn't play the way we wanted to in that first game, so to come out in the second game, we had a chip on our shoulder, and we just needed to do what we needed to do to get done.
Absolutely, and speaking of doing what you need to do, that inside the park home run you had, take me through that, walk me through what was going on in your mind during that at-bat.
Yeah, so obviously I didn't have the at-bats I would have liked before that, so I just adjusted from pitch to pitch and, yeah, hit a home run.
And that's exactly what you guys needed. Brittany Rufus, feeling okay. Hopefully not going to collide with the fence tomorrow, but nonetheless, getting a Lady Buff win. Congratulations to you guys, and we're going to go get them tomorrow.
Yes, thank you. Go Buffs.
Woo! And now we're going to bring on Coach Michael Mook. So Coach Mook's coming in. Coach Mook, how are we feeling after that?
Good. You know, they're a good team. It was good to get the split. You know, I thought we came out a little bit slow in the first game, but it's good to see us respond. You know, sometimes you get to see what your team is made of in those moments. You know, I think in life, sometimes when things are tough, you get to see people's real personalities, and I was really proud of our team for responding the right way and coming out and getting the job done in game number 2.
Absolutely. So you guys are a big offensive team. In that first game, you guys were pretty quiet. What was that in-between games speech like to get the girls fired up and get things changing in the second game?
You know, for us, I mean, it's just doing what we do. You know, we're a good softball team. We're a good hitting team. We're a good defensive team. We're a good pitching team. You know, for us, I think it was just focus. It's just getting back locked into where you're at. Obviously, spring break, there's a lot of stuff going on, different things like that. So, like I said, I was really proud of our kids for really locking in and focused and getting after it in that second game.
Absolutely. Pitching was a great job today. I mean, Heidi Vortherm's coming in the first game. I mean, she was thrown in a tough situation, but she did great. And then Kyra Laird did an outstanding job in this second game, as long as Emily Wilson as well, coming in the 7th inning, closing things out.
Yeah, I thought all three of those pitchers did really well. I thought Emily Boyer threw well, too. I think she hit her spots. They were just onto her style, and that's going to happen sometimes. You know, that's really nice about having depth like we have is, I mean, I thought Heidi came in and really shut them down, and thought Kyra threw really, really well today. And then Emily Wilson came in and slammed the door. So, yeah, it was good to have all of them.
And going back to Boyer, she did struggle, but as a freshman, that's almost like a good thing to see her struggle and have her bounce back because she continued to hit the rest of the game. And so how do you think she looked after bouncing back after that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I said, in life, you're going to get tough things that happen, and sometimes, you know, teams are just going to be onto your style, you know, and I thought she did a really good job of responding and just keep battling all day. You know, you're going to have those days, and she's had lots of good ones for us, too.
Yeah, that's awesome. Michael Mook, congratulations on the win. Going to close out the series tomorrow, hopefully win game number 3 for you guys. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for being here, Zach.
Of course. We'll come right back to close things out after this.
Link is now Optimum, with award-winning internet, TV, and mobile, giving you the power to get closer and go farther with speed and reliability. With our new 100% fiber internet we're building, together with Optimum Mobile, voted #1 in customer satisfaction, you'll get the complete connectivity you deserve. And when you combine Optimum's award-winning connectivity with our 24/7 customer service, your future is only a connection away.
One West is the comprehensive fundraising campaign designed to fuel WT 125 from the Panhandle to the world. We will strengthen WT's impact for the Panhandle region and beyond through a historic, comprehensive campaign, raising $125 million by 2025. The campaign's 3 priorities: people, programs, and places. Now is the time to make a difference for current and future generations. One West.
Closing things out here at Schaefer Park, West Texas A&M Lady Buffs take Game 2 with a final score of 7-1 over the Oklahoma Christian Eagles. Coming up after a first game, Lady Buffs bounced back after taking a loss 6-2 against the Eagles. Jill Dixon with the win in the first game for the Eagles, the final score of 6-2. And in the second game, Kyra Lair taking the win for the Lady Buffs with a final score of 7-1. We'll be back here at Schaefer Park for Game 3 tomorrow. To close out the series, game time starts at 1 o'clock. We'll see you back right here on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.